Alright guys, welcome back to another video here. This is ZYUH, artist, musician, wannabe actor, wannabe lover, wannabe everything, and apparently I need a haircut. Hoping to get one this week. It is time to get a haircut. I'm going to open up these windows, let some fresh air in. The new spring air is coming in, you guys. We just had a full moon. So that means the egg moon is out there full and bright, and I feel like I can see her from here, but not quite. Uh, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that the winter is gone and the spring is upon us. The spring is upon us, and that means new challenges. If you look at it this way, it's a full moon, it's an egg moon, you're going to hatch. Something's going to come. So that means you're holding on to, you are a cocoon. And you're about to blossom. You're about to break out of that cocoon and go into the world anew. A new baby bird, a new baby, baby, whatever you want it to be. But it's going to be new, it's going to be different, but it's going to be you. And that's the beauty in life. We are entering spring, which means you've got to get your hands dirty. You've got to get in that dirt. You got to start gardening. You got to start saying hello to the longer days. Got to say hello to the gophers. If you didn't see the gophers a couple weeks ago, they were popping their heads out, and we are getting ready for the new spring, the new era, the new beginning of life. It's a transition. If anything, it is a transition. We are saying goodbye to death. We are saying hello to birth. And with that, welcome in. This is ZYUH. This is another philosophy video, and we're going to be talking about a topic that's been on my mind since I want to say I've been contemplating this question for, I think, the very first time I asked this question was when I was maybe 12 or 13. And it was a moment in my life where I was going to church and I was doing what I needed to do. You know, the parents were telling me to go to church. Counselors, you know, everybody else around me telling me to keep going to this church. But here I am questioning and asking this simple question: is there a God? And I'm pushing almost 35, 36 here, and I'm still asking that question. And it's not really on par with questioning if there is a God, because I know there is a God. It's kind of transitioned or transformed into the reality of knowing there is a God. But in that world, in that questioning, it's along the lines of asking, where is that God? When does that God show up? So it's asking all the other questions. It's not necessarily asking, is there a God? I know there is a God, but I'm asking all the other questions now. When does that God show up? How does that God show up? Why does that God show up? Where does that God show up? And it's in those questions that we really need to narrow in and ask ourselves, because we've gotten to the point where we have not acknowledged or have put our foot down and almost like signifying or reassuring ourselves that whether there is or isn't, no, we have established that there is or isn't. And if you're with me, there is a God. Where does that God show up? When does that God show up? How does that God show up? And why does that God show up? And those are the questions that I feel you need to be asking yourself after establishing the answer, whether you believe that there is one or isn't. So in this life, we like to apply stresses on our shoulders. We put on responsibility on our backs, and we don't question why, we just do it. And we do it time and time again because we feel that this gives us strength. Unconsciously, Intuitively, we tell ourselves this. We don't like to admit it, but the only way to grow in this life is to put on more responsibility on your back, is to take those risky maneuvers or risky opportunities and take advantage of this. And that if there's a turmoil, or if there's a questioning, or if there's a circling emotion within your gut telling you whether you should or shouldn't, then you are living. You are on the right path. You're doing what you need to be doing to excel and grow and become more with the universe, as opposed to just being stagnant and glued and being being stuck in the mud and questioning and having that heightened anxiety crawl and seep upon your shoulder. So we need to be aware of the growth that's inside of us, okay? And don't just concentrate on the negative. We need to be able to look up at a higher being, okay? And when we do this, when we look up as opposed to looking down or looking at ourselves in the mirror, we allow ourselves to take on new energy, whether that's the full moon, whether that's God himself or herself or whatever have you. There is a position in your life that you need to place yourself and feel the rhythm, feel the music, feel Mother Nature around you. Wherever, whatever part of this world that you're in, whether that's on the eastern side, the western side, the northern side, the southern side, the central side, you are positioned where you need to be because that is what evolution allowed yourself to be. And you have accepted this journey, and with that saying, you are able to take on the responsibility that's performed before you, after you, within you, everywhere. You're placed on a certain point on this planet that allows you to accept this. You chose to be here. Nobody gave you that permission. You allowed yourself and you volunteered and you said, it's my turn. It's my turn. Let me have at it. And you are here and now and shining. So allow yourself the grace and forgiveness for messing up, for making mistakes, for telling yourself you're not good. Give yourself a pat on the back for doing good. You're on this earth to grow and excel and accept a failure, if anything. And foremost, it's to allow yourself the grace and forgiveness that you give yourself. Not anybody else, but you and yourself. It's an egocentric feeling, a selfishness that's within you. It's you, yourself, and I, and nobody else. Okay? You judge yourself harder than anybody else will. Okay? You love yourself more than anybody else will. It's a full circle, mirror effect, tit for tat repertoire. If anything, God is in you and within you, and you allow that, or you don't. And if you don't, then it's a turmoil within yourself. If you think anybody else has leeway or privilege or any kind of free pass to be within your reality, you're insane. This is your life, and you take control of it. Nobody else tells you what to do. You are the maker of your choices. It's your choices that becomes your reality. Your reality is based on your choices. What you unfold, what is presented to you, the opportunities that are there given to you is because of the choice and the vocalization that you chose to say or do. Nobody else put those words in your mouth. And the more you blame other people, the more you shut yourself out. Be responsible. Take accountability of your actions. So when we ask the question, is there a God? It's not so much about asking, is there somebody out there willing to save me? But if anything, you're asking yourself, can I save myself? And if you can't, and if you believe that there is a God, then it's so comforting to know that it's not on your shoulders. We take on responsibility on this earth because we're so goddamn bored with earth. If you're strong enough, you'll take on more responsibility because you know you're so done with this earth. You're so done with what it's given you. It's not that you're better than it. It's that you can move through it graciously and with forgiveness and respect for other people who don't have it all together. And you understand that. You're in a position of life to understand that and be grateful, and have an understanding and have some kind of humbleness backing you with that energy, with that feeling within you. You're positioned in this earth to be intellectual, to have a competitive spirit, to challenge other people, to uplift them, not to downgrade them, not to put them in the dirt more so than they already feel like they are. You're put on this earth to uplift people, to be of spirit, to be of light, to be of hope for other people. And the more so we showcase this to other people, the more we can be harmonious with other people. And the more that we can be on level and on par and on the same page with other people. And if anything, that is what the white winged dove leans on, is to be on the same page and to have the same flow and energy-based level as everybody else. Because a winged white dove can't sail without the partnership and the collectedness of other people. It can't go alone. It needs other dove to sail. And as we question, is there a God? If we question this question, is there a God? We have to understand that it's not just a challenge within ourselves, but a collective unity. It's a community thing. Everybody's questioning this. Everybody's questioning this. And as you let those barriers fall down before you, you allow yourself that grace and acceptance that other people are as challenged and are as confused as you are. And that's when the church is created. And not so much the Christianity version of the church, but more in the sense of a Mother Nature-based church, the collective soulness, the collective idea, the understanding that we are lost souls. And it wasn't our choice to be like this, but it's our reality. And we know we can become more and we can become less. And that's the balance, that's the yin and yang, that's the understanding that there's positivity and negativity in everything. And as we understand this, we can vocalize this and understand that some people may portray that negativity in other ways, and vice versa. You might find yourself in a position that you find that there's just too much positivity in your life. That's an outsource. That's a pushing forward. That's too much positivity in your life. And you're realizing that. And that's the beauty of it. It's to find that balance. It's to find that balance, to find your community, to find your people. Okay? And a lot of us operate on the same way, which is love, which is compassion, which is acceptance and understanding. But it's by breaking down those barriers that allow us to actually see that and visualize that and live that and create that forward and firstmost to our children and our grandchildren and therefore. So when we ask ourselves, is there a God? It's not necessarily asking the individual, is there a God? But is there a collective community backing me up, backing ourselves up, understanding that we are a collective unity of people asking the same question, is there a God? And again, and I'll end it with this, it's not asking, is there a God? But why does God show up? When does God show up? How does he show up? And it's different for everyone. And that's that beauty of existing.